start. I want a car to have many drivers and a driver to have many cars. How do I do that? So I'm going to take this out because that's we don't need the constructor with the arguments. All we need is a no arg constructor. So I want to change this one-to-many relationship into a many-to-many relationship. Does anybody know how to do it?
We're going to change the many to one to.
Okay, good. So another thing we could do is peek at the platform. It's in full spreading. It's here somewhere. There it is. Okay, so there's two ways to create a many-to-many relationship. So you can do it with the simple I'm gonna start with this one. It's the wrong one. It's in here. Yep, this is what I wanted. So you can do it with 3 models, right? So you can have a product. They give the example of product and categories, but you can have products, categories, and then a third model, a third table. Well, you're gonna have 3 tables anyway, but you're gonna have a third table or a middle model that's going to represent the relationship. Okay. This way is, to me, much harder to understand. In essence, what you're doing is you're making 2 many-to-one relationships, pointing them both to this third table. Okay. The easier way to do this, and the way I'm going to demonstrate it, because this is what you'll need to be able to do on oh, my personality. Okay. Yeah. So like Christian said in chat, the only reason we do this is if we want the join to hold data, right? So if we wanted to have something like comments, right? So if we had like a blog post and we want the join to be comments, right? Am I thinking of the right thing? User can have
I think comments is a or maybe like replies or comments on a post or something like that. Like a user has many posts, post has many comments,
right? So user can make many comments.
Yeah,
a post can have many comments. So yeah, so comments would be something like you would put the ID of the user, the ID of the post that they're commenting on, and then the content of the comment. The much easier way to do it. And if you want
to interject once real quick.
Yep.
You mind? Yeah. So the easiest example that I can think of for needing a third table would be something like Rate My Teacher, where many students can rate many teachers. Right. So that third connecting table would be ratings.
Right.
But it would also need to hold the actual rating that they're giving the teacher. So that would be one example where you actually need to create a third table.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in essence, anytime you want to store some data, like CISO said, if you wanted to give a teacher a rating between 1 and 10, right? The student making the rating would the ID of the student making the rating, the ID of the teacher they're rating, and then the third piece of data would be whatever the rating is. So the easier way to do this, and if you don't need to keep track of any data, right? So if all you want to do is say which students are in which class, right? So if a class has many students and a student has many classes, then you can just simply use this annotation, the many-to-many annotation on both items, and MySQL Workbench will create the third join table But if, as long as there's no data, you can do it this way and it's much simpler. Okay. And for the belt exams, this would be, if you want to get a black belt, this would be sufficient. Okay. Because I don't give any of the exams that require the third, where you need a third table. Okay. So if I want to use this, I'm going to take all of it, copy it. And instead of it being category, try to get everything. What is it? I don't have products and categories. What do I have?
Cars and drivers.
Cars and drivers, right. So the name is just the name of the table, right? So I'm just going to call this cars dash, or I'm sorry, underscore, yeah. Drivers. The join column will be the driver ID, right? Yeah. The inverse column would be the car ID. And then if this is a car, it's going to have a list of what?
Driver.
Driver, yeah. So each car is going to have a list of driver. Did I mess that up? I think I did. Because this is no, this is product. I'm gonna try that again.
I think you had it okay.
Did I? Many to many just hurts my brain. This is product. The join column is driver.
You need to import list.
Yeah, but I'm just, I
Okay,
thought I
good.
messed up the,
I think it looks
Right?
good.
okay. Yeah, so import list. Still bugging me. This is the car category. No, I have it backwards.
What model were you in?
I'm in the car.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You do. Have
Yeah, I did. Okay, so this is car ID. And this is driver.
Technically, it doesn't really matter. I mean, this is the right order, but you never actually use these columns anyways. So
Yeah.
they're only used internally. So it doesn't really matter, even if you put complete gibberish there.
All right, cool. So now I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So I'm going to take out, yep. So the name is cars drivers. This is driver. And this is car. And then this will be if this is a driver, it's going to be a list of car, and we'll call it cars. Cool. Why is my car red?
Because of your get driver, you don't have a driver field anymore.
Thank you. It's drivers. Yep. So I need to redo my getters and setters. So I'm going to delete this, regenerate getters and setters, do the same thing in the driver. Where is it? Oh, why did it have, oh, because that was, okay, cool. Awesome. So now I should have a many-to-many relationship. So what I'm going to do is go back to, just to start fresh, I'm going to drop my table, my schema completely. And once I drop it, I got to remember to remake it. Okay. And back here, I'm going to restart this. Build failed. What did I do? Car controller.
Trying to call get driver on 47, but you don't have get driver anymore. Because cars don't have a single driver anymore, so
Yeah.
you can't really do that logic.
Right. So let me just return, redirect. This is creating a car. I'm just going to redirect to / cars. Cool. I think that's good. Let me check out my car. Cool. So now I have a cars table. I have a cars driver table, which is just the driver ID and the car ID. I have a drivers table and a users table. Okay. So basically the user is going to log in and it will basically manipulate cars and drivers. All right. Any questions so far? All right. Okay, cool. Let's make, because we have no way of adding drivers in our application, so I'm going to re-add my drivers. And who else did I have? Carter, right? Oh, and CISO's here. Let's do ndog at cool. Okay, I got 4 drivers. Cool. Let's go back here. I'm going to go back. I'm just going to make a new start fresh. There we go. So let's add a user. New guy. Okay, I want to add a car. Invalid property driver. That makes sense. Okay, so why am I getting this error? Where should I look to fix it?
Driver model.
In the model?
The getters and set.
So invalid beam property driver. Does a car have a driver anymore?
It's in the car model.
Yeah, so if we go to the car model. Why is that still open? Close that. If we go to the car model, what does a car have?
Drivers.
Drivers, right? So we need to go to where we're, I forgot where I was. I'm going to add a car. Yeah, so we want to go where we're adding a car, which is in cars new, right? So what I want to do when I add a car is I want to have a drop-down menu of all the possible drivers that I can add to that car. Okay, so in my car controller, when I'm adding a new car here, why am I already doing it? Okay, whatever. So all the drivers, I'm setting the drivers down. I'm adding it to the model. Okay, so I already should have drivers. Let me go down here. Oh, this is the problem. Drivers. Select drivers. That one's fine. Cool. Oh. I don't remember doing this, but I guess we did. Okay, so take that out. So when I'm adding a car, I want to pick the drivers or driver. Well, let's do drivers. Let's say Christian and Richard. What is it? The Audi TT?
That's what I have.
TT is the model?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's add the car. Cool. Audi TT. Okay. So in our show page, let's say that we want to display a third column that's going to display all the drivers of this car. So how would I do that? So we've got ID, make, model, year, actions. Let's do drive scope equals call drivers. Okay, so I want to have a final TD that's going to be a list of drivers. You guys still with me?
Yeah.
So let's try this. Let's just do dollar curlies. I have a car. And let's see if I can see the drivers. Cool. So Christian and Richard are the drivers. So I want it to like have bullet points, right? And list out the drivers. Anyone? So I want to do for each, right? The variable of iteration is going to be driver. The items is going to be what? Car dot
Drivers.
drivers, right? And then for each one, I'm going to do a UL out here and have the LIs be in here. Oops, see out. And how would I get the drivers? How would I get Christian and Richard to display?
Driver dot name.
Driver dot name. You got it. What did I do? See out driver, cars out drivers. Hmm. Car drivers. It is name, right? Name, yeah. Let's do the old turn it off and turn it back on.
I noticed you have a capital C and a C for each. I don't know if that matters, but
Oh, that's it. That's probably it. Thank you. It's got to be it, right?
that's the only thing I can see.
C for each.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
That was probably the problem.
I think that's it.
Now I'm
Yeah.
clever. Cool. Thank you so much, Christian.
I'm assuming the capital C, it doesn't really mean anything. It was just causing issues because it doesn't mean anything.
You
Like
know
it's
what,
not
I
something else, right?
think
Yeah,
we-
you set it up at the top, so
yeah, we designated up here. So if I changed it to capital C, then it would have worked up here. Like if I
yeah.
done that, but yeah, that was just me.
Okay.
My screw up. Cool. I'm guessing you guys want to take a break. You guys want to take a break? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. So let me stop sharing, stop recording.